quick tutorial on diagnosing most common mystery spots or mystery stains or leaks from underneath a car. I have a Jeep here, and as you can see, when I went to pull it out, I got a mystery stain underneath here, which a lot of times you would just come out and see that and start wondering, oh no, is this car ready to drive or safe to drive, or do I need to take it in for a big repair? Just wanted to give you a quick tutorial. So this stain was about center of the car. So the first thing to do is to try to diagnose what kind of fluid it is, and when I touch it with my hands, rub it on my fingers, it doesn't feel oily, it feels like water. Obviously the color gives it away a little bit as well, so this is green, yellowish. So my conclusion is that this has to be antifreeze. Wanted to show you guys what would an oil stain look like. So this is motor oil. If it's clean, it would look like yellowy like that. When you touch it with your hands, it would be sticky between the two fingers. You can see that it's not watery, it's more sticky like oil. Yellow stain would be engine oil. It could also be dark if it's a little older. And then the last one, I want to show you what a transmission fluid looks like. Now all of these colors are a little bit more exaggerated because the red would be brand new color. The clear yellow or see-through would be motor oil. That's again brand new color. And this would be antifreeze in that green. So the next step to do, I'm gonna wipe this up. The next step would be to find where it's leaking from. And on this Jeep, it was about a center of the car leak. So start looking down here and start tracing out some of the wet spots. See a little bit right there, a little bit on here. So you start climbing up a little higher just to see where it's at. And go to the highest spot. So we got a little bit right here. After I went and looked at it a little further in closer detail, what I could see is that the leak came right underneath this pulley, which actually is the water pump. So diagnosis in this case is a leaking water pump. And this is a Jeep, so on this car it's not as difficult to replace. Removing the motor, replacing the water pump. If it's a transmission line leaking, you'll see that red fluid, and you would probably see it from the transmission lines going to the radiator or from a seal in the transmission. Right here's the transmission lines. If it's from the engine and you just did an oil change, first thing would be to check your oil filter and check the oil plug just to see if it's leaking from there. If you still can't find it, then that might involve a little more diagnosis. And also you might have to take it to a mechanic shop at that point to get it repaired as well. So that's it. That's just a quick tutorial on what the different stains underneath your car might be. In this case it was antifreeze, and the conclusion is a leaking water pump gasket, which is actually right behind those bolts in that housing right there. That's it. Thanks.